Welcome to AI Realm. This is episode 1 of a series where I'm exploring a world I built by playing as a character who has to live with the consequences. Today I'm setting the foundation, learning where I start, what I can do, and what kind of choices the world is going to let me make. Let's begin. So I haven't actually made the world yet, and um, I'm going to be using the AI assistant for making the world. When a female nightmare fairy, whose name in the fairy language loosely translates to care, and a male fire dragon named Vulcan were experimenting with some magic. My class, I'll be doing a fighter. Use male. I cannot spell at the moment. My alignment will be chaotic good for this character. It's just the one I enjoy using the most. And I like to start at level 1. My equipment will be just a long sword, no, although a short sword, not necessarily used for a fighter, but I have a build I'm going for. I'm gonna get a shield, and that'll be it for now. My stats, I'm gonna have them start at basically just 10 through 11 for a good starting character that's balanced, but not buffed or debuffed in any way. My image description. Actually, I'm going to use one that I've made. And finalized character. That took a bit of time. While that goes ahead and loads, I'm going to copy down my GM guides that I made. These are there to okay, the character has been made and we are loading in. Okay. First, I'm going to go to my GM guides. and input. I cannot spell at this point, can I? Generating. I might put a link to my GM guides in the. Ooh, that's a rather neat image. I might put a link to my GM guides in the description if you guys want that to happen. Dawn, 6:14 a.m. Sun wake March 3. Year 587, waxing crescent, outskirts of the moon's forest, early spring. It's cool with a thin layer of fog drifting through the trees. The world stirs awake as the pale light of dawn filters through the thick canopy of the moon's forest, casting long, jagged shadows on the forest floor. The trees here are impossibly tall and gnarled, their ancient bark marked by faintly glowing silver runes that pulse with a quiet rhythm. A soft breeze drifts by, carrying the scent of dew-covered moss and wildflowers. The faint chirping of early birds is accompanied by a distant, unidentifiable sound, a rhythmic cracking like snapping bones or perhaps ice shifting. I stand at the edge of a small dirt trail that winds deeper into the forest. Behind me, the warm glow of a rising sun silhouettes the sparse wooden homes of a small village I passed through moments ago, their chimneys releasing thin wisps of smoke. Though quiet now, the villagers' whispered words linger in my mind. Something stirs in the old woods. Their expressions have been wary when they looked at you, but no one had dared speak openly of why that warning weighed so heavily. I've been traveling for days, the ground beneath me steadily changing from frozen tundra to blooming life, and now at the threshold of this ancient and mysterious forest, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. Perhaps it's the wind brushing past my skin, or perhaps not. Then suddenly, movement. I see a faint flicker of violet light through the mist-laden trees, a wisp unmistakably floating near the base of a towering oak ahead. Silver wisps are often seen in the plains, but a violet one only appears in moments of violence or tragedy. Its presence here might mean something strange or dangerous waits further ahead. The trail forks just before me. One path leads toward the faint glow of the violet wisp, disappearing into shadows deeper within the forest. The other path veers off to the right and climbs slightly in elevation, leading to a sunlit outcropping where I could potentially scout the surrounding area. The villager's cryptic warning, the violet wisp, the forked paths, it all begs the question, what lies ahead and how will I proceed? I decide to investigate the violet light. I set off the main trail and pushed through the underbrush, my leather boots crunching softly on damp leaves and fallen twigs. The violet glow pulses gently ahead, hovering near the gnarled roots of an ancient oak. As I approach, the wisp, a sphere of shimmering purple light about the size of a human head, doesn't flee. Instead, it seems to wait. Up close, I notice something unsettling. The ground around the base of the tree is disturbed, freshly turned earth, deep claw marks scoring the bark, and splatters of dark crimson staining the moss. The violet wisp drifts slowly over the stains, its light casting eerie shadows. A low groan echoes from somewhere deeper in the woods, followed by another series of those rhythmic cracking sounds. Closer now. Beside one of the claw marks, partially buried under leaves, I spot a torn piece of dark fabric. It looks like it might have come from a traveler's cloak. I check to see if I can discern anything from the cloak. It's not how I spell cloak. Peace. I kneel beside the torn fabric, careful not to disturb the scene. The cloth is coarse wool, dyed a deep forest green, now stained with mud and what looks like dried blood. It's a clean tear, as if ripped by something with considerable strength, claws perhaps. Stitched along one edge is a simple emblem, a silver crescent moon over a pair of crossed quills. The violet wisp drifts lower, almost as if peering over my shoulder. Its light seems to grow slightly brighter when it hovers near the emblem. From deeper in the woods, another groan echoes. This one sounds pain, humanoid. The cracking noise follows again, closer still, maybe 40 or 50 yards ahead now, moving slowly through the trees. I'm not alone here. I examine the emblem. I focus on the emblem, the silver crescent moon over crossed quills. It's not a common heraldry I've seen among the villages of Snowfire or Grundlestone. The style is delicate, almost scholarly. The quills suggest writing, record keeping, perhaps a scribe's guild or a group of scholars. The violet wisp pulses softly near my hand, its light washing over the fabric. For a moment, the emblem seems to shimmer with a faint silver sheen of its own before fading back to normal. Another groan cuts through the mist, closer now, and this time it's followed by a weak voice, barely a whisper on the wind. Help, please. It comes from the same direction as the cracking sounds. The voice sounds strained, frightened. The begins to drift slowly away from the tree, moving deeper into the woods towards the source of the voice. It pauses, hovering, as if waiting for me to follow. I search for the source of the distressed groans. That's not how I spell distressed. I move forward cautiously, following the violet wisp as it weaves between the trees. The underbrush grows thicker and the canopy overhead blocks more of the dawn light. The air grows colder, carrying a faint metallic scent. Blood. After about 30 yards, I come upon a small clearing. The scene before me is grim. A human man lies slumped against a moss-covered stone, clutching his side. His clothes are torn and bloodied, the same forest green wool as the scrap I found. The emblem of the crescent moon and quills is stitched prominently on his tunic's shoulder. He looks to be in his late 30s, with short brown hair and a pale, sweat-slicked face. But he is not alone. Standing over him are two creatures I've never seen before. They resemble emaciated wolves, but their fur is patchy and gray, and their eyes glow with a sickly yellow light. Their limbs move with an unnatural stiffness, and each step produces that same cracking sound I heard earlier, like old bones snapping back into place. They circle the wounded man slowly, saliva dripping from exposed fangs. The man's eyes widen as he sees you. Please, they're not natural. They won't stop, he gasps. The two wolf-like creatures turn their glowing eyes toward you. A low growl rumbles from their throats. Combat begins. I roll for initiative. Well, dang. The two wolf-like creatures move with startling speed, their limbs cracking as they lunge. One of them bounds forward, closing the distance in a blur of gray fur and snapping jaws. It swipes at me with a clawed paw. The claw tears into my side, and the other circles to flank, but its attention shifts momentarily to the wounded man. It snaps at his leg. The creature hits him, and the scholar cries out. His fangs sink into his calf. He takes damage. He looks even paler now, clutching his wounds. The violet wisp hovers near the edge of the clearing, pulsing anxiously. Okay, first I gotta roll for my damage. Ooh, that's not good. Hopefully that doesn't. I ready my shield and sword. That not? I know my tenses. The creature's claws tear into my side, leaving leaving me gritting my teeth against the pain, raising my shield and dropping my short sword. The weight of the wooden shield feels reassuring in my grip, and the blade gleams dully in the faint light filtering through the canopy. The scholar, bleeding from multiple wounds, tries to scramble backwards, but cries out in pain. He's too weak to stand. Instead, he fumbles at his belt and pulls out a small vial. A healing potion? But his hands shake too badly to uncork it. The first creature snarls and lunges at me again, jaws wide. The creature's teeth snap shut on empty air just inches from my face. The second creature turns from the scholar and focuses on me, seeing its packmate fail. It leaps, aiming for my legs. With my shield raised, it misses. I deflect its lunge with a soft, solid thump of wood against bone. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it at that for episode 1, and we'll see how this goes. Hit the like for more episodes, and go check out AI Realm. Super easy.